Okay, so obviously when we want to use the equation, if you think of ax squared plus bx plus c as your standard form, you can say for a graph, for a parabola, if you think of a parabola, it's y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. You're going to see later when we do graphs. That's the equation for a parabola. And then you can put in any numbers in it. Like you can say, let's make it 2x squared, let's say minus 3x plus 5, for instance. You can put in any numbers, okay, for the parabola, okay, which is a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation or a quadratic expression is actually a parabola, okay. So now instead of writing y equal to, we can make it 0 equal to, okay, because when you put it equal to 0, you're finding your x-intercepts. If you think of a parabola, when I make y 0, remember last year we said when you put it equal to 0, you're solving your x-intercepts. So when I put it equal to 0, I'm actually finding my x-intercepts, which we also call the roots of the equation. So for a parabola, if I look at the parabola, let's say the parabola is there. When I put it equal to 0, I'm finding the places where it cuts the x-axis. Okay, that's what I'm actually doing. I'm finding those x-intercepts. Okay, so we're going to have to learn how to put an equal to 0 and solve it, but we can't always solve it. We can't always solve it by using the brackets. Sometimes they're too difficult. Okay, and then we use the quadratic equation. Okay, x equal to negative b. So then we're going to say x equal to negative b. Now if b, because it's ax squared plus bx plus c, if b is already negative 3, then negative 3 becomes plus 3. And then plus minus. Okay, and then b squared is going to be negative 3 squared minus 4a, which is going to be, in this case, a is 2, okay, times c. 4a times c, and c is 5. So we substitute that, 4ac, the whole thing over 2a. So 2 times 2. Okay, so one or two things to remember. First of all, what's the sign? Many learners struggle with the sign. If it's minus 3, it's going to be minus 3, so it's going to be plus 3 over here. The other thing is make sure you put the whole thing over 2a. Sometimes learners do this. They say 3 plus minus, and then they just put this part over 2a. And then when they divide, they don't get the right answer. Okay, so this whole part. So when you solve it now, you're going to type in your calculator 3 plus square root of this divided by 2a. Get the answer, and then 3 minus the square root of this. You can put it in brackets to make sure you can use the fraction in your calculator. Divide by 2a, and then you're going to get your two answers, x equal to or x equal to. And you get your two solutions, which is your two x-intercepts. Okay.